My second coach said that the last stream
Hmm.
was a little glitchy.
Fair enough. And I forgot to bring up Showdown. So how about you open us up while I do that?
Well, welcome to week 4. We got our second match of the night. I just finished up my match with Picanor. Congratulations, Picanor, on your win streak, going 4-0 now. Uh, we have our second match of the night between the Kanto Koraidons and the Snowpoint Stoutland. This is an interesting matchup because both teams have kind of been looking for some momentum early in this season. Kanto Koraidons picked up a win a couple weeks ago, and then had a close game against myself actually in week 3. And then Snowpoint Stoutlands, despite them having that one in the win column, they actually have not seen an actual win. That win comes from a forfeit from last week. Their opponent wasn't able to make it to the game, so we do want to see them show up and do something. I think this might be the week that we actually see them show why they are here in the league. So I'm excited to see the two opponents today face off.
For sure, for sure. I 100% agree. And we are looking at our Master of Trick Room and just somebody who's been trying to catch up. Ouchie's been up against some heavy hitters the past couple of games, and he hasn't really been able to show much true gameplay. But I'm not saying that he's a bad player. He has a good picks. He has Palafin, Mega Dragonite with multi-scale. Just Aegis Slash is honestly a really good pick through draft wise, and honestly pretty good against his team. It gets like Sacred Sword or Close Combat, your choice of a fighting move against like Grandpa, Autono,
Well, that
Gudra. Yeah,
nice stab priority with Shadow Sneak, and
exactly.
you know,
Aegis Slash is
if
just a
it
good Pokemon to have.
right, there's a lot of things that it can do.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of the Pokemon that I do have my eye on here.
Yeah.
It is interesting because Snowpoint Stoutland, they obviously have Pelipper, they have Dragonite, they like to play in the rain, and on their team you see three water types. So it's kind of interesting to see them be
Mm-hmm.
so heavily invested in this
Yeah.
matchup.
And honestly, knowing how much Stoutlands love rain, anybody who knows this information can easily throw Thunder on one of their Pokemon. Heck, I think Gudra has Thunder, so it's very easy to
Yeah,
just.
I do believe we saw a Thunder come from a Gudra earlier this season,
No, I
and
believe that
then
was Thunderbolt, but my point
yeah,
still
no, you're correct.
stands.
That was Thunderbolt, but yeah, we could see Thunder in the rain. But I do actually like the Starmie this week because of its
Look, look,
psychic
and look at
nature.
our
It's
owner in the chat, chanting for the Kanto Koraidons and getting their abbreviation wrong.
but the Starmie is in an interesting position because there's two poison types on the opposing side, so it could be the one water type to actually be looking out for. I know Palafin does a lot of damage, but I think Starmie is going to be the one that takes the show a little bit here. I
No,
asked,
I 100% agree. Starmie is just a massive threat as a whole. Under Rain, I believe it has Swift Swim. Don't take that with a grain of salt, but just having so much it can do with Water Pulse, with a chance of confusion, Psychic hitting Conkeldurr and Slowbro for super effective. Heck, even Toxapex. I completely forgot Toxapex was here. Uh,
yeah, exactly. I see the two poison types across
mhm,
the field there, and even yeah, like you mentioned, the fighting type Starmie plays really well into this matchup. So I think Starmie is going to
exactly.
be something that we see here. And then, of course, that Aegislash, like we mentioned before, I think those are going to be the two key pieces of this team.
Mhm.
I did reach out to the Kanto Koraidons earlier today, and I said, "Hey, you've had a little bit of a slow start to your season here. Is this your comeback?" And he said, "I was never down. This
Yeah.
is he just used rest. So this the sleeping giant has awoken, guys."
Yeah, and oh, what? Hold up. We having difficulties?
I do see the teams. I think we're just waiting for them to press
No,
play.
it says the only MP pump fan forfeited. So
Oh, okay. So yeah, we may be having difficulties here.
is it like a level thing or something? I mean, I can't tell. Anywho, but no, if this Starmie does in fact have Swift Swim, this might be really good for Spanish, seeing how much he loves to play in Trick Room.
Yeah, you could flip that. He could use the Swift Swim against him, flip the tides on him a little bit there.
Exactly.
I haven't really seen much from the Mega Drampa this year, and I think that this season this could be its game right here. I think that it plays really well into everything into his team. He's got access to
ouchie,
dragon moves.
It doesn't have to be. It just has to be holding the stone. The rule changed like after game 1 because of difficulties. Ouchie.
Yeah, we do the base form and then just holding the stone.
Yeah. Heck, you don't even have to mega it the entire game. You just have to have it holding the stone. Well, whether or not he heard me or not, that's Oh, whoops. So everything was fine. It was just a miscommunication. Okay.
Hey, you can never be too sure.
You can never be too sure.
You don't want to, press play and then something's wrong. Reveal your opening.
In the game? Alright, well then let's look into that. And we're looking at Kanto, so let's switch viewpoints and look into this. Oh, well. And why is Dragonite level 50?
That was the issue. Yeah, we definitely need to get that corrected before.
50? You know what? It's either going to be... You know what? I'm saying something.
Yeah, this happens. We have a pretty custom rule set to our league, so this has been an issue so far with most of our matches. I'm surprised it's continuing to be an issue. I think this might have just kind of been a slight hiccup in game prep.
You know what? 200 speed TR. Duh. Ornament. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
It was the secret tech he wanted to underspeed Trick Room. Yep.
Dang.
We have an ETA on when this fix is going to happen here.
No, we really don't. I'm all
right, Artemis. What do you believe will be the opening 2 Pokemon for each side here?
Opening 2 Pokemon, Palafin for sure. But I'm honestly expecting a Palafin Aegislash just because it's a good lead mon to start off with. Just having Cane Shield right off the bat, Shadow Snake, what you name it, he's got it. But on Kanto's side, I'm honestly looking at Toxapex and Slowbro. Good Trick Room starter in Slowbro, just being able to get that up, having her generator to swap out if needed later. And Toxapex just being able to wide guard or Banful Bunker just to allow stalling turns. Get the poison off of like Dragonite or Palafin and just being able to get the game rolling in his favor.
I'd really like to see maybe some Toxic Spikes get set early. Maybe get this Toxapex set up for some huge Venoshocks later in the late game. Get some chip damage with poison, things like that. I think that would be a really interesting way for the Kanto Koraidons to pick up a win this week. On the Snowpoint Stoutland side, though, I would kind of like to see Jolteon or maybe Pelipper in the lead, just to have some kind of speed control.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Jolteon is running this week, but Jolteon does get the move Roar, which is always an interesting way to stop Trick Room. I wonder if that's something that he thought about this week.
Yeah. I like how you mentioned Toxic Spikes, because it is a very valuable strat for any Toxapex. However, I don't think it's really needed. He brings Dragonite and Pelipper into every match he goes into. He loves to play in Rain, but these
Not
are
to
both
mention
flying.
Aegislash.
Not to mention Aegislash. All three, half of his team is immune to Toxic Spikes. So it'd be for the Palafin, which is the
The
biggest.
Palafin definitely would get caught in that because
Yeah,
Palafin is
Palafin
going to
would
want
be
to
caught
switch
in
in and
that.
out.
Starmie, I think the biggest issue here is Starmie, if for Toxic Spikes, but Palafin and Jolteon just get hit into a Banful Bunker. Maybe. Wait, no. Jolteon is special attacker. My bad. Looks like everything's fine this time.
Right.
Alrighty, so I mentioned who I feel like they're going to lead with. Who do you think they're going to lead?
I think we're going to see probably. I think we're going to see Slowbro and Conquilor in the lead just to open things up.
Get the Guts Trick Room up and freaking kill.
Yeah, I think just trying to open with as much damage as possible, and trying to potentially maybe even set could even set Snow to try and take away the rain.
I got you.
Just some kind of weather control. Even if you're not taking away the rain, you could be just baiting out a Pelipper. Maybe there's something that you've thought of that if you set the Snow. Yeah, with the Slowbro here.
It gets. I mean, I guess everything gets Snowscape. My bad.
No, it gets a. There's a signature move that it gets.
That's Slowking. Slowking gets Chilling.
Oh, Slowking. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. Yeah. I was thinking of Slowking.
Slowking gets Chilly Reception. I part of me knew what you were talking about, but it was also like, let's see what he's going with this.
Never mind.
But no, the Conkeldurr Slowbro lead would be still beneficial. Just being able to proc Flame Orb under Trick Room and then just go ham. But if that's who you think the Koraidons are leading, who do you think the Snow Points are?
I think we're going to see Palafin early. I think that he's going to want to set the Palafin up for later in the game. Mm-hmm. And I think that, I mean, I'm not really sure who's going to come next to the Palafin. It could be, Pelipper to set the rain. It could be Jolteon to put pressure on speed control, or potentially to, stop a Trick Room setup. I do, this is always the trick when you're playing against the Kanto Koraidons is on that first opening turn, you're so worried about the Trick Room getting set up that sometimes you can overinvest in the Trick Room setup. And that can be really dangerous. You got to kind of be careful about your leads.
I got you. It's definitely an interesting Slowbro, my goat. It seems like Bethany's rooting for Slowbro. Junebug is rooting for Ouchie. Ouchie has some fans out here. Let's see how he performs with all these cheers going on in chat.
I think Goodra is going to be the one to watch on Kanto Koraidon side, just because it has so much staying power, and there's not really anything that's hitting it very hard. So I think that it's just going to stick around and do a lot of chip damage.
Oh, my bad. If Ouchie or Spanish is watching this, you can tell them that they can start. Let me go here. I can say that in chat. My bad.
Just waiting on you guys. Chat is very active. It's fun. It is fun to see
active.
Everyone.
It's fun, even if it is just Bethany just spamming Koraidon type.
Well, it's not
And we see the leads. It's Toxapex and Audino. Same for Trick Room, but not how I thought. And Starmie paired with Palafin. Wait. Why is Palafin
interesting.
Hero form?
Palafin Hero Mode has came out onto the field.
Oh, okay. Let me fix that then.
I don't believe that's how this should work. I mean,
That's
he
not
might
how this
have
should work, but this is what is here. So let's just let me.
this might need to get a restart. To be honest, I
It,
think that he's got the wrong
let's.
Palafin.
What does our lovely owner in chat have to say about hero form Palafin to start?
There's a significant difference in stats.
There is a significant difference in stats, and the whole point of 0 to hero is a bit of a nerf, but that's like kind of the point. You don't get the strong Palafin right off the bat. So I don't know how this will work or if this should work.
I'm not even sure how he managed to do that.
It's fairly simple. It's the exact same
Oh,
as throwing in.
Yeah, he just used. I see. Yeah, he just
cheaters.
used
All right. Let me tell Ouchie. Yeah.
Yeah, even Spanish is questioning it. I think that we need to reset. And I think that both teams need to just lead with the same Mons with the correct Palafin there, just to keep things balanced and fair.
Yeah, no, Spanish. We just. How is that? It's the same way. You lead with an actual mega. You just grab the form that you want and then.
Yep.
Put
Yeah.
moves on
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah. This is not going the way we want. It seems like when Ouchie's in a game, it's takes 5 tries at least. So let me swap it back to 0 form.
Yeah. I just sent him a message in chat. Hopefully they see it. The stats should be the same. That it should be a pretty quick update. If you just want to make a new Palafin, same stat distributions, and then you can.
Spinner said he wanna play. He said he wants to play. Everybody makes mistakes.
It is quite late for Spanish, so
we fixed it. All right, sweet. So let's get into this, shall we? Spectate and Spanish's point of view. That's just the wrong game. Frick. There we go. Can you please be quiet? All right.
All right. We got our leads back. We got Toxapex. He likes that shiny Toxapex. It's funny that he requested that
shiny Toxapex, so I put in shiny Toxapex for him.
Yeah, so we do have the shiny Toxapex. We see the Audino come out. We know that Audino likes to be a good support mon, especially with Trick Room, things like not skill swap.
Ally switch.
Ally switch. Yeah. Ooh, Psychic hits hard.
Psychic right off the bat, dealing so much damage to Gerald over here.
Toxapex did not like that Psychic, and then the flip turn obviously comes out into the Audino. Audino sets Trick Room, and we see a Light Scream come from Gerald.
Toxapex outspeeds here, even if it's Infestation.
Infestation, interesting.
Sacred Sword.
Infestation into Starmie was pretty. It was a pretty interesting tech.
Yeah.
The Psychic from Starmie does pick up. And we did see a Sacred Sword go into the Audino.
Yeah, no, not how I thought that turn was going to play out, but a pretty good turn on Ouchie's side, just getting rid of that Toxapex as soon as possible. I was honestly expecting Toxapex to set up another screen whilst it outsped, but that Infestation is going to eat away at Starmie for the remaining of it being on the field.
Ooh, knockoff from Gudra. We see Starmie reverse the Trick Room, which was really interesting. The Thunder did hit the Starmie and took it for almost half of its health. But because Age Slash used King Shield. It did block the knockoff and dropped Gudra's attack by one stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is going to
Now,
hurt
now we're
Gudra, but honestly, I think that if you really just want to knock off again just to get the damage out of the way, or super effective damage into Starmie because of that ally switch.
yeah, the ally
It's not-
switch doesn't matter too much because you're still going to be hitting a really effective
Not
knockoff.
with that
Another
Thunderbolt
wish,
into Aegis
another
Slash.
wish from the Dino. Possibly, no, he's not passing it to anyone, so I'm not sure. He could be ally switching though.
Here
No.
comes Slowbro Galler.
Switch in Slowbro as Starmie protects. Sacred Sword goes into the Slowbro. Trick Room gets set back up. The Wish heals a Dino. Let's see if Starmie wants to reverse Trick Room again. The Aegis Slash is threatening the Slowbros a little bit here, but I know that it can handle it. A hit from it. We do see the King Shield come up though. Thunderwave
goes...
Paralysis.
Yeah. Wait, it can go through King Shield?
Yeah, King Shield only blocks damaging moves, so you can still. There's still a lot of things that will go through the King Shield. So yeah, the paralysis did still proc. Thunder hit Starmie. Oh, yeah. Get a para from on the Aegis Slash, and Psychic hits the Slowbros protect. Trick Room goes back up.
Right now, we're just seeing a war of the Trick Room right now. Can who ends up having it or not having it? Algae really does not want this Trick Room up right now, especially with that Pelipper in the back that's most likely carrying Tailwind.
Another paralysis. Aegis Slash takes back-to-back paralysis. I know how that feels. Thunderbolt hits the Starmie, takes it out for the KO, preventing Trick Room swap again. We do see the hero form Palafin come out though. We're still sitting in Trick Room though, and Palafin is quite speedy. Shadow Sneak hits the Slowbro and does about 20%. Paralysis or Thunderwave hits Palafin again and causes paralysis. Oh my goodness. Another paralysis proc from the Palafin. If Ouchie isn't just like slamming his keyboard at this point, I don't know.
It's going to be. He must have the patience.
Psychic and Thunderbolt.
If he's not slamming his keyboard.
Goes into Palafin, but the close combat hits a Dino and one hit KO. There's only one turn of Trick Room left, but we do see the Slowbro still on the field. Most likely just going to protect here and probably.
I'm looking at
wanting to set up another Trick Room. I'm
looking at a swap. Or
Shadow Sneak takes out the Slowbro. Knockoff does get the Aegis Slash in return though, and we see another para on the Palafin.
Well, unless if one of these Pokemon has the move, and I'm not too sure about, there's no way to set up Trick Room on either side of the field. Starmie's down, and both Audino and Slowbro are both out for the count. So
so Spanish,
the
Kanto Koraidons are at a disadvantage here with speed control, but it is still possible for him to be able to trade effectively. Yeah, we do see the Protect go into, or we see the Draco Meter go into the Protect from Drampa, but the close combat from Palafin picks up the KO on Gudra. We see Conquador come back out now. So Spanish down to his last two Mons.
We also have to look and see that, well, not Pelipper anymore, but Pelipper,
Mach
Dragonite,
Punch
and
goes
Jolteon
into
the all at full health. So,
yep.
Drampa's
it is really interesting. Yeah, it is interesting. I like that Spanish preserved his Mega there because his Cloud9 stopped the rain. There was a chance that the Hurricane missed, and I think that was his way out.
Yeah. Cloud9 on Spanish's side, it was really good for him, but unluckily, it just wasn't
Fortunately,
enough.
it didn't. Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't cause the Hurricane to miss.
Yeah,
I think that's what he was looking for. Is a miss. If it was a miss on the Hurricane, he could have reversed the position a little bit. I think that Jolteon still would have threatened speed control, and also the Palafin was just doing a lot of damage. But we did see, what was that, 4 paralysis?
Yeah, it was like 4 paralysis in a row on Ouchie's side, and he still pulled through somehow. Playing the Trick War games, Trick Room Wars was really punching Spanish where it hurts. And what's add insult to injury, Jolteon hasn't even touched the field this entire game.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Jolteon was probably just there. Like I said, he was just the fastest mon on the field. So I mean, anything that was within chip damage, he was going to outspeed and hit first and take it out. So I think that was kind of the game plan there, was to leave the faster mons in the back and let them sweep after the trick room setters had been taken care of.
Yeah. Just Dragonite existing is kind of difficult. Having multi-scale to unless if you have some way to heal, just basically do so much less than you want to do on that first hit, along with hitting with Hurricane, Draco Meteor when you have rain. Even though it didn't really matter because of the Cloud9, it still was very painful for Spanish to try and get through.
Yeah, I do like the fact that he did preserve the mega there at the end. It was his chance. He saw the line to win, and he did make the attempt. So I think that
I feel
there was
like
a chance for him.
this game might have went different had Slowbro been swapped out at the end there to activate Regenerator and heal up a bit for another Trick Room. Because at the end of there, Dragonite just outspeeds everything. So just being outside of Trick Room, Grandpa can't really do anything. Same with Conkeldurr. They're both very strong, but can't really take a hit.
Yeah, that Shadow Sneak had priority on the slope road too, so it was definitely going down that turn. I don't know why he sacked it, but maybe he had a plan for something later. But I do think that was a mistake. I think you're right. I think that if he would have swapped and at the very least sacked something else and preserved his Trick Room, he could have had a chance at the end to set another Trick Room, maybe get Drampa in there and start doing some big damage and clean up from there. But yeah, I mean, in hindsight.
Yeah. In hindsight, it's all on paper, but in the midst of a match, we don't know what's going on in Spanish's head. We don't know what's going on in Ouchie's head. They might have other strats that we don't even think of. But I just honestly feel like now that the match is done, swapping Slowbro may have been make or break here.
Well, that's what it comes down to. Sometimes it's just one turn. You misplay it, and now you're out of position, and it snowballs. Yeah.
So can we get Ouchie in the call to talk about his first official win?
That's a good point to bring up. This is his first official win too, so it's nice to see him get some momentum going here.
Mm-hmm. All right, can we have... Wait for the stream. To me, which one counts? Can you just keep... Do you have any more takes on this game?
I mean, I think this game kind of went exactly how I thought it was going to go. Starmie was able to do a lot of damage in the early game on the Toxapex, and then eventually even on the Slowbro. So it did its job early on, and I think that was kind of the point of having it in the lead in the opening, was to take care of some of those poison types that he knew he was going to see, and then to have Palafin in the back to clean up later. That opening was kind of was exactly what I was expecting. The Jolteon, I wasn't sure if the Jolteon was going to come in the front or the back. It looked like it was more of the back half of the play there, but.
Well, we're going to have Ouchie join the call here in a second. Let's see what he thinks on that. If he joins. Hold up.
The paralysis in this game were ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is our second match tonight. I feel like we've been committing war crimes with the amount of paralysis that we've seen. Even Klomps has mentioned it. How far have we fallen?
It's saying that he can't join. The call has ended. Do I not have perms to invite people?
That is an Artemis thing.
This is an
we-
Artemis thing. This is a Clumps thing. Can Clumps tell me what perms I have?
Artemis is the man behind the computer. I'm the one who talks into the mic.
Yeah. If we can't get this settled, then we can hop into VGC chat and just have nobody okay.
I am curious to see who his next opponent is. Let's take a look.
Yeah, let's just pray that nobody else joins the VGC chat, so I will meet you in there. Wait.
Well, there's people.
He just got it. Okay.
Hey, y'all are good to go. I gave him perms.
Oh,
Cool.
You gave him perms? That is why. Sweet. Thank you. Ouchie! Yo, what is up? Welcome.
Congratulations on your first win.
Congratulations on your first official win. You're now 2-2, with last week being a forfeit due to incidences.
Yeah, you didn't even have to break your opponent's leg this week to get a win.
Yeah,
so
wow.
Good on you, man. We appreciate the
he's actually trying this time.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, so how are you going to take this momentum going forward now that you've picked up your first official win? Are there any free agency moves that you're thinking about making going into your next matchup, or do you think you're going to stick with your team and keep pushing forward with what you got?
Well, Ouchie left. Why did Ouchie leave?
Welcome back, Ouchie.
Welcome back.
Wait, can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. We can hear you. Could you hear us?
I could. My mic wasn't working.
Cool.
Okay.
So, how do you plan on moving forward after this big win of yours? How do you want to carry forward your momentum? Are you going to make any free agency moves, or are you going to stick with the team that you got?
I mean, Starmie was a pickup specifically for this, so all the Trick Room matchups and Starmie kind of came in clutch there. So I feel like I'm kind of sticking with what I have right now.
That's honestly...
Yeah, Starmie was kind of a Pokemon that I was looking at the beginning. I didn't know that it got Trick Room, so that was really cool to see that tech come out of the Starmie. I did expect to see some big psychic damage going into the poison types. That was something I did call, but yeah, the Trick Room, and you guys going back and forth on the Trick Room too was kind of fun.
Yeah, I didn't expect to do that much damage to the Tox effects. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, I didn't either. That was quite surprising, and it was such a good call because he resisted a lot of your water, and to have like those secondary typings along with your water types was kind of what was key there.
I don't think I used a single water type move an entire game.
No, yeah, not at all. But you brought 3 water type Pokemon.
So, Dakota already mentioned the Trick Room Wars. Not only did you get paralyzed on 3 different Pokemon, you got fully parried like 3 turns in a row, and I can only imagine the amount of patience that took out of you. And yet somehow you still came out on top. How do you feel about that?
It feels good. I mean, it definitely was a little scary there for a minute, like not being able to do anything for 2 turns. That was a bit rough, but I don't know. We pulled through, so it's all right.
I believe it was 4. I can't remember if it was back to back to back, but I'm pretty sure it was back to back on the Palafin, correct?
It was back to back on Aegislash.
Mm-hmm.
Aegislash, okay, yeah, and then the Palafin took 1 or 2 itself. It was it was getting kind of scary with this paralysis going on, because that's kind of the way that he gets out of it is chipping away at you while you can't move. And then also he made a really good call with the Drampa not Mega evolving it and keeping Cloud9, which stopped the rain from going up. Yeah, that was a really cool play. But yeah, exactly. Your Hurricane did still land, so it didn't matter in the end. But
I had faith in Palafin cleaning it up anyways with close combat. But yeah, it was a bit worrying for a second there.
And
the Jolteon was back there too, just as a speedy mon.
Yeah,
Jolteon never even touched the field, which is pretty insane. And honestly, just
That's how you know you have a good week, is when
After-
your backmon doesn't even touch the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
After,
had some tech on Jolteon. I'm not gonna
after
not gonna
Slowbro
spoil
went
it, but
down,
I
you
think I may have
basically-
already spoiled it. No.
After Slowbro went down, you basically already had it in the bag just with Dragonite alone. It's basically has super high special attack with those Draco Meteors just dealing massive damage. I think it, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure it Oko's Grandpa. It can't really do anything due to it being outside of Trick Room, no speed investment at all. I feel like
I
no
don't
matter
think there's
what-
a way it doesn't Oko
yeah,
with Grandpa.
I don't think there's a way that you could have lost that match just because Slowbro was out of the picture.
yeah, getting out of Trick Room was the number one thing for me. Is I felt that like that was my number one priority going to it, is getting out of Trick Room or selling it out somehow. But
Mm-hmm.
that
Well, it was
yeah,
really
and then
impressive
once
because
that-
you
that
only
was
had
kind
the
of-
one Trick Room
Yeah,
setter.
you only had
I guess you
Starmie.
could say D setter. You only had Starmie, and he had the two, and so yeah, it was really impressive how you were able to position it and just kind of keep resetting it, stall out a turn, and then yeah, you were able to. Well, that and the paralysis kind of worked in your favor. Some of those when it wasn't just getting a full para on you, it did kind of help with your speed a little bit.
Yeah, on Aegis Loss especially. I mean, I had priority moves on it for the Slowbro, but yeah, it worked out. So it was. Thank
It's
you. but
already
yeah,
kind of
it
a
was,
slow mon,
Mhm.
so I don't
yeah,
know how
Aegis
you
Loss is
trained
pretty
it.
slow.
So yeah,
I've
that
trained
paralysis
nothing.
probably went a long way in Trick Room.
Yeah, for Sacred Swords and stuff, that kind of came in clutch.
Yeah. Anywho, I think that's all me and Dakota's got. Do you have anything about the match that you'd like to say? Something that you thought that Spanish did well? Something that you're proud went through, an obscure plan that you didn't expect to work but did, or anything along those lines?
I think he played like as smart as he could at the end. I think
Mhm.
he played really well. He played really well. It just once you're out of Trick Room, it's kind of hard to come back from that.
Yeah.
I think
When-
that's
when-
something
when
what won me the game.
When you're playing hard Trick Room, it's Trick Room or bust. The moment you have no way of setting it back up, it's
It's pretty much over.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
over.
it kind of mentioned it too. It's like if you overcommit to stopping Trick Room, then it can be dangerous too. So yeah, you did good. You did a good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyhow,
I think that's it though.
yeah, if that's it, and unless Dakota has something else to say,
No, that's everything. Thanks for joining us, Ouchie,
Yeah.
and congratulations
thank
on
you
your
for
win.
joining
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
It's been
Ouchie.
really fun watching you play.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
your first official win of the league.
Yeah,
Here's Spanish
thank
over
you
here
for-
trying his hardest. He's not a bad player. He's just had some rough matchups, but honestly, I just can't wait to see what both of you guys do in the future. Top tier of Trick Room and the one that said screw Trick Room.
Yeah,
But
yeah. It was fun.
yeah, thank you both
You
for
guys for
joining
having me on.
us. And unless if there's anything else for anybody to say, this is us signing off.